Star, Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain out of Jacksonville, Texas. I'll get a name on driver 88 here in just a second, so bear with me. I got all of them but 88, I do believe. As we go, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cars. 10 last passing points, the name of the game, the King of the Hill, third annual, 7,000 on the line of is under the way. As we head off into one for the first time tonight, it'll be Bubba Jones from Provençal, Louisiana with the whole shot. They're going to go one by two, all the way to the tail here. Down the back straightaway. Free wide down the back straightaway with the midpoint. Scotty Case going to thread the needle. And Herring pushes, opens up the door. He'll lose 2 spots. Montgomery goes by as well as Dino. Rasco going to take advantage. He'll go to the outside of the 88 in the 1 and 2. Dean Rasco smells blood in the water. He'll try to take advantage here. Chad Herring has a bad handling 1H car early in the going in this one. As Rasco is going to try to the inside for third. Dean Rasco to the inside for third. A little bit of contact there getting through, but he's got it. Pork Chop on his way to the front as well. Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain working his way closer to the front of the 70. Passing points, the name of the game. It's not necessarily where you finish, it's about how many cars you pass to get to where you finish. Every point so valuable for how many cars you're going to pass. As Bubba Jones has got the keys on the counter and he's checking out. He has gone with the win in this one. Bubba Jones has won here at the Boothill Speedway, but it's been since 2013 since he's been able to get the job done. Has not raced here, but probably 3 or 4 times since that time. As Bubba Jones won a backwards race here actually in 2013 when Tiffany Wilkes was helping promote this speed plant with the Stuckies. But Bubba Jones from Provençal up front with the race lead. That Express race car, ASI power number 21. Sorry, best engine power plant underneath the hood. He's got the Warboss CDRs digging the Cade Dillard Racing. Supplying the dig for the 21 tonight. 2014 track champ James Martin rides second down the back straightaway, being hunted hard by the C45 of the 2010 Dirty Dozen Points champion of Dean Rasco. Rasco also the 1995 Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner here at Boothill and a street stock. Many great races were contested between him and Jeff Gandy, Tony Farley, and many great names in the street stocks over the years. And Dean Rasco, and around goes Michael Lavisphere. Maybe some contact there with the J27 a case. It was hard to tell from this vantage point. But you could definitely see the zero getting around pretty quick, fast and in a hurry. Bubba Jones out of Provençal, Louisiana with the race lead. A Sabine Motor Speedway track regular going to smash the loud pedal, puts his foot through the firewall. We're back underway in this one. Passing point systems, the name of the game once again. Dean Rasco going to try to take the second spot. He'll use the outside line of the Boothill Speedway to his advantage. He'll power to the second spot. He'll set his crosshairs to the back of the bumper to the 21 of Jones for the race lead. He'll fire off a 4. Here comes Chop. Pork Chop Chamberlain. You know, Pork Chop Chamberlain was so impressive here, and he's always impressive at his home track in Kilgore, Texas at the Lone Star. He's the only driver at Lone Star to win a B main event and come through after winning a B to win the A main over the last several years. And it'll be 2 laps to go for Jones this time by. But Kenneth Chamberlain has picked up his share of passing points. He's got him in the breadbasket, and he's looking good. And last year's running of this event, Chop started in the 14th position and rallied to a top 4 finish. Doesn't race here at Boothill very often, but when he does, he shows what he's about. And here comes Rasco for the race lead on the final lap. Center of the hourglass is running away. Probably may not have enough time to make a shot on the 21 of Bubba Jones, but he'll sell it off in deep in the 3 and 4 for the final time. Jones stuck on the bottom of the hub, and he'll roll it off the 4 with a face full of checkered flag. Bubba Jones out of Provençal, heat race number 1 winner here for the 7,000 King of the Hill. Heat race number 1 of the night, presented by R&R Timber. Michael Josie in the Z28. Inside of the 4th row, the former North Louisiana State Championship winner, the former USMTS Modified winner. It's the Iceman, Michael Robertson. Oh, Michael Robertson just looped it into 1 and 2, got in there hot and heavy. And the caution will come out fast and in a hurry. It'll be an original restart. Should shortly. Lights are going to go out. We're green. So I'm going to find out here in just a second who's in 14 tonight as they go door to door and they make contact. Michael Robertson involved again. Had nowhere to go in that one. Josie and the 1R of Robinette were around. Josie not able to get it refired. Robertson to the 58 and the 1R of Robinette do, but we'll go caution. We drop the green into 1. It'll be Robert Graham to the outside, and he loops it nearly right in front of the field. The 14 straightens back out. Dustin Robinette going to be the driver who gets the Walmart special ×5. Robinette, who was involved in that most recent caution, he says, thank you very much. Everybody else, sit down and take a seat in this one. James Riddle in the 14R, it says here. And around goes 18Y. Scott Young maybe got assisted there by the 58 of Robertson, but I believe the 18Y may have already been coming around. It was hard to tell from this vantage point. Lights go out. Dustin Robinette out of Hooks, Texas, last year's overall qualifier, top qualifier, leads them to the green. We're back on our way. Nearly contact there on the restart. Riddle to the inside of the 22 of Graham. Graham got to fit it to the outside. He says, no, you don't. They'll go door-to-door into turn number 3. No contact. Door-to-door into turn number 3. Robert Graham keeping the 14R of Riddle honest. They're tighter than the top string on the Texas fiddle right now for a second. And Robert Graham just lost it right in front of the rest of his competitors. No harm, no foul. He should be able to get it refired. Come on, Robert. And there's the caution. And the 1R, looking for his first big Crown Jewel Factory stock paying victory here at Boothill. Alpha 4 with the race lead out of Hooks, Texas. Oh, Jamie Shirley got a wild start. Robinette smooth as glass right around the hub of the Boothill Speedway. Leads the herd off the exit of 2. James Riddle still second. Shirley going to try to fight to the outside of Graham, who's going to re-inherit that 4th spot in the 3. Last Saturday night's main event winner, Ronald Rollo Pooking, is going to take the peak to the inside for the race lead. He's got 2 wins here this year, and that Rollo's Libanato Hennigan Motorsports chassis, Rick Sis Performance number 22. As he has the race lead, they're 1 by 2 off of 4. Jeff Rice out of Vivian to the KTI Bodies number 2 from Vivian, Louisiana. Fighting to the outside of Morgan of the 22T. That Hunter's Body Shop there, 30 wide there, near the tail. David Roy in the 7-Up. Mix 7-Up yours. He's going to go to the outside of the Boothill Speedway. Look for some momentum. Doesn't look like he or that car through the center of 3 and 4 make contact. As Pilkington out front setting a torrid pace like he does at Boothill. Ronald Pilkington has won 13 main events here at Boothill. And look at David Roy threading the needle, trying to split the gap. That's what you have to do to win these big money races, and he'll make some contact with Jeff Rice off of 4. David Roy into Rice. A little bit of a bump and run off of 4 that time by 7 up. Ronald Pilkington out front with a race lead to 00. I thought would be Nick Morgan, the milkman who drives the 00. I don't see another 00 on this roster. David Roy all the way from the tail, it looks like, up to the 4th spot in this one. And he got a major shot in the shorts there off of 2 down the back straightaway. Is that Rance? It is, in fact, Rance Prince trying to make the 7-up dance. Into 1, the 00 keeping Ronald Pilkington on us in this one. I don't see another 00 on this roster here. I thought that may be Nick Morgan, but he's in the station wagon. Ronald Pilkington going to smash the lap pedal and set the pace off of turn number 4. So they were nearly 3 wide there with 2 laps to go off the exit of corner number 4. Off of 4. Kind of a wild start there. They make a little bit of slight contact. Royce Jones there in the panel trust 07. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. The 20 just faded, lost wholesale spots last night. Talk with the driver of Shaw as they get into it. For the race lead contact. All kinds of contact, and taking advantage is D-Rock. D-Rock taking over the top spot. Derek Daniels, they go 3 wide for the race lead off the exit of 2 down the back straightaway. Doing over the race lead through 3 and 4. Oh, and it was getting good. It was heating up for the top spot. As the caution's going away from your flagman, Keith Parker, early in this one. So we drop the rag, smash the gas, back off into 1, and Dylan Adams nearly crunches the wall off the exit of 2. He saved it. Off of 4, down the front straightaway, Craig Oaks knocking on the back bumper to the D28 for D-Rock. Smitty's Pizza out front leading the way in this one in the D28. The 07 track champ at Arklatex. Down the back straightaway, rebounding in this one is Shaw in the number 20. The car formerly driven by Jared Clark gives a shot in the shorts there to the 5 of the Princeton racer, Paul Lopez, there for the 3rd spot. Passing point's going to be at a premium. Oh, and he just lost the handle into 1 and 2. What do you need? And Shaw's going to draw the caution just as the car came back alive. He kind of lost the handle there to the 1 and 2 and got in to the slick stuff, and around it went. Lights are back out. We're back underway with D-Rock leading the way down the front of 1. Craig Oaks has sniffed all over the back bumper of this one. And Oaks is going to try something to the inside here. Comes up short. They're going to go 3 wide nearly down the back straightaway there to the midpoint. Austin Waters gets a shot in the shorts from the Crystal Auto Collision number 24 of Dylan Adams there towards mid-pack. Off of 4 down the front boulevard. The 5. Here comes Paul Lopez. Princeton, Louisiana trying to rise to the occasion and come to the front. Here comes Craig Oaks for the race lead. And around goes Shaw once again. He gets it refired in 20. As they go door-to-door for the race lead, wheel-to-wheel off the exit of corner number 4, and the caution is yet again back out. The lights are going to go out. Look out for Paul Lopez, though. He's the fly in the ointment. Here we go. They're going to go door-to-door in the 1 and 2. Here comes Paul Lopez. Paul Lopez way up top where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. Here comes Lopez. Paul Lopez looking for a big run to the outside of the Boothill Speedway into turn number 3 in that laser race car. Matco Tools number 5. They go to the outside and say, hello, Craig Oaks. Bye-bye, Craig Oaks. Craig Oaks says, not so fast, Paul, but this is fun. I like it, I love it, and I want some more of it. And Paul says, I try so hard I can't rise above it, Craig. He'll drive it to the outside of Craig Oaks one more time. Look for some side bite off the exit of corner number 4 for the race lead. For second, rather, as Derek Daniel, smooth as silk, out front, empty, 28. Derek Daniel smooth right around the hub of the Boothill Speedway, but here comes Craig. About to knock onto the back door once again for the top spot. Not able to get the job done, but Craig Oaks is there. He's knocking on the back door, and here comes Paul Lopez driving again deep. Oaks will wash up the exit of corner number 4 and 5. Down the front boulevard, 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go in this one. Here comes Oaks to the inside for the race lead. Craig Oaks side by side with the D20 and Derek Daniel for the top spot. Derek Daniel going to have to drive it in deeper to the midpoint of the middle of the Boothill Speedway. Look for some bite off of 4. Derek Daniel going to hold the 15 honest, but Craig Oaks going to lead this lap with 2 laps to go. With 2 laps to go, Craig Oaks going to edge ahead for the race lead. Oaks has got it. Craig Oaks is taking over the race lead, and here comes Lopez now trying. 24 Sia, Dylan Adams out of Bossier City trying to work around the 27 and Josh Greenwald back here for the 4th spot. Greenwald's coming a long way. White flag out. Here comes D-Rock again. Derek Daniel trying to throw the toppings from that Smitty's Pizza sponsor all over that 15 to take that spot back away. Lopez as filling out a distance from your top 2. Final time through turns 3 and off of 4. Your winner of factory stock heat race number 4 goes to Craig Oaks in 15. Jeff Hauser in the Wild Child chassis number 18 going to set the pace into 1 in car number 18. Who's raced here at Boothill Speedway 3 times in his career. Down the back straightaway, the Barton Glass Crook Embroidery 43J out of Mooring Sport. BJ Cook will hold on to second for the opening lap here through 3 and off of 4. Dalton Hickman for the Marshall Texan holds on to 3rd off of 4. They're door-to-door for 4th down the front boulevard. Brad Ball driving 78B this weekend. He'll go to the inside of the 100. Is that Lee Patton this weekend? Yep. Lee Patton in the 100 who finished second here to Ronald Pilkington back on April the 15th. Is going to try something to the inside of Brad Ball. Brad Ball, a very well-accomplished racer out of South Texas, coming here to Boothill Speedway to bring his guns to a major fight this weekend for $7,000 on the line. As Hickman has trouble, he'll limp the number 2 car down the back straightaway. Down the front boulevard, the 81 of Ricky Ingles trying to pick up some slack here on the rest of his competitors. 10P of Jody Prince, the winner here back on May the 27th, as they're going to go 3 wide nearly down the back straightaway. Off of 4 still with the race leads, the 18 of Jeff Hauser. Jeff Hauser out of Crowley, Texas, the B&B Automotive WCH-powered Wild Edwin Wells, but this guy here, more of a street stock racer, more what he's known for, but a lot like guys like Neil Kemp and Tony Anglin and some of those guys who come in with his big monies on the line for the factory stocks, always shows up and flexes his muscles. He'll get a good restart to the inside of 10P of Jody Prince, a feature race winner here this season as we're back underway here at the Hill. Brad Ball has been Nonetheless, impressive in this one as they're going to try to go 3 wide down the back straight with the 99J. Thought better of it. He'll go to the top side. They're 2 by 1. Through 3 and off before the door-to-door for the race lead. As Brad Ball's finally going to take over the top spot. He worked it and worked it and worked it to the 18 of the Crowley Texan. Jeff Hauser finally letting it go. Living up to the moniker of his chassis. The car's getting a little wild out there. As Jody Prince is going to go up to the Bridesmaids Honors in 10P. Jody Prince out of Sibley, Louisiana. Going to set a feature race winner here this season. In the first 4 races of the season, Jody Prince finished in the top 5 in the first 4 races. And then he cashed in on a victory on May the 27th. Jody Prince with 3 career Southern Honor Professional Racing Series Super Late Model wins here at this track when it was a 3/8 mile, but has not won here in a late model when it was shortened back in 2010. He has found his home in the factory stock class after racing part-time in the limited modifieds from 2013 to 2015, as it'll be 2 laps to go, this time by off of 4. Passing points at a premium now. Hauser going to slip back to the 4th spot. Here comes the Stoutland, Missouri native, and here comes JP. Jody Prince to the inside of Brad Ball for the top spot. Here comes Ingalls. Ricky Ingalls going to go to the inside of the 18. Something's going wrong with the 18 of Jeff Hauser late in the going of this one. Sorry, that's BJ Cook. He and the 81's cars look awfully similar. Who's it going to be, race fans? One or a half a lap to get the job done. Jody Prince showed Brad Ball the nose there. Tim Brown drove it in deep to the outside through 3 and 4 with a face full of checkered flag. Going to go to your winner out of Highlands, Texas 78, Brad Ball, your winner of heat number 5 here at the Hill in round number 1. I'd assume that all of the 42 are together, but I don't know. Yeah, it's Timothy Holt. Timothy Holt on the outside pole in the best engine power number 42, the McLeod Texan. Justin McNeil in 189. We may get a caution early in this one, re-rack them and stack them. We'll see what McNeil elects to do. Sorry, he gets it strolling and rolling. I'm not sure who's stuck at the bottom of the hub. Justin McNeil from Dallas, Fort Worth, outside of the 189. As they attempt to go door-to-door for the top spot, the 88M's around, and the caution's going to have to wait. Back away here at Boothill in heat race number 6 for the factory stocks. Bo Perry has slipped back to the 3rd spot. Timothy Holt out front with the race lead. Here comes the Denton Texan in the 189 of Justin McNeil. McNeil going to try to the outside. Look out down the back straightaway. Nearly got him bottled up. McNeil way up top. Bo Perry now trying to find something around the hub of the racetrack, while the 5F is trying to work his way up towards the front as well, using the outside line. Frank Canizero down to the loose stuff, but he gets back on the racetrack in 11 as well. Ava 4, Holt still with the race lead in the best engine power to number 42 for the McLeod Texan. McNeil, it's tighter to the top string on the Texas fiddle right now for the top spot off the exit of 2 down the back straight. McNeil just cannot find a lane as the 42 of Holt slams the door shut each and every time on him. He'll give him a shot in the shorts. A bump and run to the inside. Here comes the Denton Texan for the race lead. That 189. Bo Perry now trying to take advantage of the 42 of Timothy Holt and go back to 2nd. As Holt now trying something on the Denton Texan and McNeil for the top spot. Can't get the job done. I wish I could get a flow right now. Bo Perry knows it every single position. Very, very valuable. He knows he started on the pole in this one. He slipped back to third, and that could be very, very harmful for where he could start tomorrow, depending on how his second heat race performance does tonight. It could not pay good dividends for him unless he has a valiant effort in his second heat. Not sure of where he starts as I speak of it, but he'll go to the outside of the 42 of a Holt. That's the best battle on the racetrack right now, 42 and 24. As 24 gets the bite and the big run to the outside in the 3 and 4 for the final time. To the center point of 3 and 4, they're locked up, door to door off of 4. Perry's going to take the spot. He'll grab second away from the 42 of Holt after Holt held on to the top spot and gave a valiant effort for the top spot, but comes up 2 spots short and finishes third as Perry loops the car at the checkers. The former John Harvey Tour Arklatex champ, the former Louisiana State Dirt Track champ, had a good word with him earlier. Ryan Burke, who began racing here back in 2001, going to start on the outside pole, making his first start at Boothill in quite some time. At a Karnak and the WCH Power Bootlegger number 11, that'll be Travis Bowden. The Canet Solutions, Hitman Designs, WW Timber, Triple X Rocket from Shreveport. It's Trouble Sean Graham. As they go 2 by 2 down the back straightaway for the race lead. Gavin Smith holding on to the top spot. Oh my goodness, it's a big bug on my leg. As Ryan Burke going to try to nose ahead. He does not lead lap 1. The 17 leads the first lap. Gavin Smith holds on to the top spot. Throw a blanket, throw a quilt right now over your top 5 is Philip Smith driving that Parker Lee Project FA chassis, best engines, number 630, trying to work his way up here and put his nose into the mix as the caution comes out. Who is it? Gavin Smith crossed the stripe, led the first lap in 17. Ryan Burke, the former Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner, getting the nod behind the 34 junior this weekend. Sean Graham and Triple X, the Karnak Texan. Travis Bowden, the 630. Philip Smith out of Cairns, Texas. As Graham drove it in deep to the outside of Ryan Burke, he'll take advantage. Philip Smith fading back there to the 5th spot. The Karnak Texan way up top. Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. Here comes Bowden. Bowden, who showed Justin Whitehead the fast lane around the Boothill Speedway in our second to last factory stock main event. Here comes trouble. Justin Whitehead. I'm sorry, Sean Graham. Boy, he looks like Justin Whitehead. He may slap me around for me saying that later, but to the inside, Sean Graham is going to go 3 wide for the race lead. Ryan Burke starting to feel it now. Ryan Burke says, well, I haven't raced in a little while. It may take me a few laps. He told me just that earlier in a pre-race interview. Ryan Burke back here at Boothill where it all began. His dad used to make him start on the back of his heats each and every Saturday night back in 2001 when he was a youngster. Even if he won his heat race from the tail, his dad would still make him start at the tail, and he'd put Gavin Smith on the back burners there. And Smith may be toast as the 630 of the Greenville Texan will go by. He'll power back to his outside. Smith looking pretty strong here. So Ryan Burke. As I said, Mr. Ricky Burke would make him start on the tail, whether he won his heat. And he always told him, son, if you can pass from the tail at Boothill, and he did it many a Saturday nights, then you can pass and you can win anywhere in the Arklatex. And he went on to win nearly every prestigious event around here, but he's never won a big crown jewel factory stock event. Sat on the front row with Doug Vick Jr. and Derek Grigsby in the 2009 running of the Cajun Classic. As the caution may come out here, but they get them rolling and strolling. We'll finish that interview up with Ryan here in a moment if we can, and we'll see if he can pick up a heat race win. Sean Graham up front leading the way, though. So Burke in a car he's never driven prior to this weekend. Practiced it last night. He's looking pretty good. Just trying to get the little hang of it there. It's the first time he's raced door-to-door in a little while. As Bowden drives it right to his inside in the 3 and 4, nearly chopped the nose off of that 34 junior. Here comes the Greenville Texan now. The Parker Lee Project 630 of Philip Smith. And that Tulliver Jeep and Ram. Twisted iPhone repair. LGA Metals, Rocking Plumbing, Boardwalk Race Design as the caution comes out once again. We're going to go back underway here as Sean Graham up front with the race lead. Driving the Canet Solutions, WW Timber, Triple X Rocket. With that Jamie Wells WCH Power, that a pair of WCH power plants, 1 and 2 right now as it takes over that Ford Power 34 JR for Ryan Burke. Here comes the Greenville Texan, Philip Smith. Philip Smith up to 4th. Philip Smith, who locked himself into the factory stock 50 this past season. In the 630 for the Greenville Texan. Their family stands on a great cause. Oh, and he got turned there in a 1 and 2. Speaking of Burke, I'm not sure. Oh, goodness gracious. Ryan Burke got finished off here at the tail. So Burke retains his spot as the 630 of Smith was unfortunately DQ'd from this race for contact, and more contact at the tail. Around goes the 10. Come on, guys. We'll act like we're racing for 7,000 right now. I mean, we are. How you performing in the heats is definitely going to be for how you set up tomorrow night. But patience seems to be a virtue early in the going here on this dirt track Friday night. As Bowden all over the tail tank to the 34 junior. And that car took some licks from the right rear and the left front, so you got to imagine that Ryan Burke's holding on to everything he's got right now. Bowden all over the brakes for not getting into the 34 junior. Burke making that car wider than a triple wide trailer right now. They are all over, flanked to the left quarter and the right quarter into 1. For the final time, Sean Graham setting a blistering pace out front of the Candid Solutions WW Timber XXX Rocket. Alex Williams says in the 61B as he gets split both from the in and out. Off of 2, they're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Picking up some slack. Your 2015 Louisiana State Dirt Track Champion of the caution's already out. My goodness. For his family, as he has been good here at Boothill in his career, and he's only raced here 3 times. The lights are out. We're back on our way. Carver leads the herd through 1 and 2. That's a bad fast station wagon, folks. Down the back straightaway. Not sure he still's got the wood grain in it, but Scotty Hushelpeck. Now, this is a who's who right here. A pair of drivers who have won $5,000. Scotty Hushelpeck, as a matter of fact, went down to the driver of the 40's home racetrack earlier this season, as Hushelpeck's been up in the flag stand flagging at Timberlawn Speedway this year. He's only raced 3 times all year long, but one of the times he got behind the cockpit of that Outlaw chassis number 58 that Michael Robertson's driving tonight, scored a $5,000 payday down at Diamond Park Speedway, which, of course, like I said, is Taylor Carver's home racetrack. He's won a lot there over the years. And C7 of Vic Case went around, but no harm, no foul. We stay clean and green. Just got the car cocked sideways. He's able to keep it strolling and rolling, no harm. We do stay green off of 4, down the front boulevard into 1. Scotty Hushelpeck all over the 40 of Taylor Carver for the race lead. The 2015 Louisiana State Dirt Track champ, the 20-year-old Cody Tupper out of Bossier City, right there on the back bumper to the 68 of Phil Hadaway's Outlaw chassis F1 power number 68 car, driven by Hushelpeck this weekend. Scotty Hushelpeck and the inaugural 10,000 win event here at the Hill led the first 33 laps of the 50-lap main event before rolling a right rear tire off. A nostalgic piece that I actually have at my house, and I made a table out of it. Scotty said he has no desire to ever come to my house and have a sip of coffee, and I said, I understand. I got another pretty cool piece of nostalgic racer memorabilia that I'm going to bring out here tomorrow night and look to hopefully donate some money for the Parker Lee Project for an auction for a door panel. The door panel that Terry Phillips won the 100,000 win All-Tail 100 at Batesville Motor Speedway. I happened to get my hands on that door panel. I'm looking to see if maybe somebody would be interested in raising some money for charity tomorrow, because that's a very, very highly sought after piece. But Taylor Carver now able to distance himself. Carver doing what Carver does, and that's carve his way up to the front and leave his competitors in his dust in the 3. Hushelpeck showed him some strength early, but it'll be 2 laps to go this time by from your flagman, Keith Parker. The Styles Automotive 96, the driver trying to live up to his own moniker, the Nightmare, Michael Knighton. Trying to give Tupper a nightmare here with a few to go. Michael Knighton from 8th to 4th in this one. The former Quick Race Car Spring Nationals winner in Open Wheel Modified ranks at Arklatex. He's won the Fall Southern Showdown at Sabine Motor Speedway in an Open Wheel Modified 2 years ago. Now back in a factory stock full time. One of the best drivers in this area. Just been a little snake bit with some bad luck this year, as it'll be a face full of checkered flag for Nashville, Arkansas' Taylor Carver, your reigning $5,000 winner of this event. Scotty Helschelpeck second, and the Hadaway Towing 68 third. Goes to Cody Tupper in 23. So your reigning winner of this event, last year's second annual King of the Hill winner, Taylor Carver, took the victory in a station wagon. On the pole of this one, the Gotcha chassis looks like the number 30 of Billy Joe Bruchin from Gladewater. This is a good one. You could throw a blanket right now over your top five. The winningest driver here a year ago, back in fifth, the five-time Arklatex track champ Doug Vick Jr. trying to rise to the occasion in his brand new race car. They go to the outside of the 55 of Cody Myers, who had a victory stripped from him here back on April the 27th. Oh, and Whitehead got squeezed there off the exit of two. Down the back straightaway, Doug Vick Jr. back in the fifth spot. Cody Myers trying to go to the inside of Whitehead, the six-time Cajun Cruiser Classic winner. Chase Raymond in the 1P this weekend. Chase Raymond. And that HM chassis. Good to see Chase Raymond here at the Hill with over 129 factory stocks checked in to do battle. So Whitehead going to dispose of the 55. He'll go up to the outside of the 1 and 2 and try to find some dig and those DuPont shocks. And here comes Whitehead, the six-time Cajun Cruiser Classic champion and the former Longhorn Classic winner off of turn number 4. Here comes Whitesnake. He says, here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born. He can't help it. The driver who's an absolute assassin behind the wheel driving the Saints Ford. You got a little shot in the tail tank there from the 55, and the white flag waves. How about this run, though, for the Gladewater Texan Billy Joe Bruchin, but Whitehead not going to have any of it. Whitehead just sailed it off deep into 1 and 2. That best engine power plant underneath the hood of the RaceOnTexas.com Saints 436J. The RaceOnTexas.com Spencer & Son Timber Foam Pros. And off of 4, Whitehead trying to live up to it, but it's not going to work. The 30 of Billy Joe Bruchin holds him off. Finally, did that race go caution-free? Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. So we smashed the gas. We're on the loud pedal and ready to go. Cameron Furr out there as well. The Seegers Roofing number 22. Cortland Smith back there in this one as well in the 7S as they're door-to-door there. Mazzell in the 87 of Green. Aaron Green rolls into this event after he raced here for the very first time last Saturday night. Aaron sent me a message on Facebook and said, Zach, what kind of pointers can you give me about racing Boothill? I said, absolutely none. I said, ask your cousin Aaron Roy. He can help you out better than I can. He's won here recently. And he beat some of the best drivers to get the job done. But that kid has been stuck and been glued around the Timberline Speedway all year long with 4 victories and 8 wins on the year. Been a breakout year for the driver of 87 from Genoa, Arkansas. The 19-year-old rose back to 3rd, though. The 2-time track champion who won the track championship here at Boothill in 2011 and 2012. Billy Mazzell, who has not been able to race here at a track that he loves very dearly, and that Michael and Lisa Jones Motorsports M50 Heavy Haul AMS powered number 50 Cyclone race car. Dudley Lyons builds that Cyclone chassis, and he's going to try to work for the 88B here for the race lead. It's got to be Brandon Puryear. In fact, Brandon Puryear out front with this race lead in the 88B. Brandon Puryear, the runner-up when Adam Roy won the Cajun Cruiser Classic, the 5,000 win at Gene Borders Arcotech Speedway back in 2014. Is there 3 wide for third there? Here comes the 17-year-old Cameron Furr. The 17-year-old Cameron Furr in the 1-star working to the 87 there for the third spot as they're door-to-door for the race lead. Billy Mazzell trying to find some bite to the inside of the Boothill Speedway, and that's a dead heat at the line that time. I'm not sure who led it. Would have been by half of a cat's whisker, if any, as the 88B drifts up to the outside of the Boothill Speedway, looks for some bite, smashes a loud pedal, tries to even the way with the 50. Billy Mazzell too good, too strong around the midpoint through 3 and 4. It's a great race from first and second and third and fourth right now as Thomas Woodruff in the Woodruff Pond, CNC, the Carver race car number 2, rises to the occasion. You could throw a blanket over third through fifth now. And a great race going on there between the 87 of the young man, the 19-year-old Aaron Green, Woodruff in the 2 from Nashville, Arkansas, and the Gladewater, Texas, the 19-year-old Cameron Furr. Cameron Furr, the last time he was right here in Greenwood at Boothill, he won his heat race and led the first 3 laps of the main event before striking bad luck. Puryear not able to relinquish the top spot, as now the 22 throws his hat into the ring here through 3 and 4. That's the best battle on the racetrack right here down the front boulevard. It's wild. Furr. Look at this race. They're 3 wide for third in the 1 and 2, and Thomas Woodruff just told them both to sit down and take a seat. The Arkansas racer tells the fellow Arkansas driver, the 87 of Aaron Green, sit down, bye-bye, take a seat, as well as the Texan, the 19-year-old, both, or the 17-year-old, the 17 and the 19-year-old, just see you later. Thomas Woodruff, the veteran, rises to the occasion and grabs third. I need a lineup, my goodness. Rodney Howell outside in the 3. Rodney Howell gets the jump to the outside of Gene Border in the number 3. The 8 going to try to battle back to his inside, though, down the back straightaway. The 99 of Edwin Wells, I do believe. Yep, that's Edwin. That should be Edwin Wells, the 99W there in the 3rd spot. Which one? Here comes the 7 of Tom Earl, the Argyle Texan. Just threw it in deep there. They go 3 wide. One of them has to get on the brakes and sit on the binders there to get out of a near disaster in the center point of 1 and 2. Gene Border trying to fight back to the hub of the Boothill Speedway and show some love to the 3H of Howell for the race lead. They're trying to go 3 wide down the front straightaway. Edwin Wells out of Stoutland, Missouri, trying to rise to the occasion here. He and his teammate Tim Brown like to come up and show their stuff when this big money's on the line for the factory stocks in the region. Really were impressive at Justin Whitehead's 5,000 win factory stock 50 back in April. Down the back straightaway, Rodney Howell, last Saturday night's winner at Chatham Raceway in Chatham, Louisiana, out front with the race lead. Rodney Howell out of Pineville, Louisiana in 3H holds on to the top spot. Gene Border stalking and hawking his tire tracks. Me and Mr. Jonathan Beckett were talking last night about how smooth Gene Border still is in a race car. Proved it here just 2 years ago when he won the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship. And proved it not long ago as well, driving Billy Robinson's Pro Mod over at Timberline Speedway as well, after he started 8th in a heat and won it. And around goes the 7 of Tom Earl in the 1. I'm sorry, Ricky Sessions in the 7, not Tom Earl, my mistake. Edwin Wells and Gene Border. Gene Border smooth as silk. We'll see what happens. Gene going to fight to the inside here. Will showing some love, and here comes Gore. Throw a blanket over your top four, and Gene just slid right up in front of the 99 dub. Here comes Gore. Gene Border trying to roll to the top spot, but Rodney Howell always final trip to get the job done. Jason Gore going to take a peek to the inside of the 8 of Gene Border down the back straightaway for the final time. Every position so valuable. Passing points at a premium tonight. Not necessarily where you finish, it's about how many cars you get to where you finish. Checkers out for Pineville, Louisiana's Rodney Howell, who wins it. Boyder from Vivian will grab second. Jason Gore from Belton will grab third in 721. So we throw the rag in the 1 and 2. The green flag is underway. And now Jacob Wilburn says, why did I have to start this race all the way back here? He was going to start at the tail anyway, and he'll hope for a caution. We've had a plethora of them tonight, and he can only hope and cross his toes for it because your opening night winner and your Winter Nationals $1,000 champion beat Justin Whitehead to the checkers here on opening night back on February the 25th. Came out way at the tail end of this race, and knowing that he'd be a factor, and he may get the caution he wants, but he will not. Well, oh, this car right here doesn't care about going home and sending him. We will not be sending him to promoter school this season. So Kelly Lockie there in the 8L, who won $2,500 at the Longhorn Classic last year at Timberline. Josh Warren of the Green Acres Automotive 62X. Saw it right there. Here comes Josh Warren down the back straightaway for the race lead. Keep your eyes on the 66 of Jacob Wilburn, as he goes 3 wide there mid-pack through 3 and 4, right around the hub of the Boothill Speedway in 66. My word. No harm, no foul. We're clean and green. Josh Warren still up front with the race lead. If I have any more trouble finding names, or BJ Howell's out there in the 34H riding in the second spot. Kelly Lockie riding in third, driving Randy Copeland's number 8 car. Denny Gabar's won in that machine this season at Lone Star back on their opening night event. Made a final lap pass, as a matter of fact, to get the job done. Chris Hennigan back and forth. Winnigan Hennigan going to have to rise to the occasion to live up to his nickname in this one. Chris Kuhn in the Triple C. That does not stand for Caddo Correctional Center, I don't believe. But he rides back in the 4th spot. Or 5th spot, rather, as Josh Warren's checked out. He's put the keys on the counter. He's gone. The Dykes Will Service Green Acres Automotive Stonewall Transmission 62X. Feature winner here this year. Josh also has a win at Sabine Motor Speedway as well as Arklatex. Down the back straight with her door-to-door for the bridesmaids. Here comes Kelly Lockie, the newlywed, off of 4. BJ Howell going to give him another fight to his inside, and Hennigan smells blood. Here he comes. Chris Hennigan. You never can feel too comfortable out front with Chris Hennigan nipping at your heels. And he gave B.J. Howell a major shot in the shorts. He said, hello, B.J. Howell. Bye-bye, B.J. Howell. B.J. Howell has no idea who he's dealing with right here. Winnigan Hennigan just gave you a major shot in the shorts, and you can't catch him now, and it's unfortunate. And Jacob Wilburn looking to pick up one more spot here in the closing laps down the back straightaway. 66 to the inside. Looks like... Oh, and he's going to turn nearly Jacob Wilburn, the CC, or the Triple C. Lost the handle there on the final turn of the checkers. Scotty Nichols outside, the driver who came from 22nd to 2nd in the inaugural 10,000 win King of the Boothill. It'll be Cowboy Richard Blanchard from Gashada. The RKT operating Whataburger Laser Chassis 47 is JoJo Wilhelm. The hero in the 0, Bubba McEachern in 25, driving for Steve Turnage and Burt this weekend. And little John Tuggle gets a good start that time in 175. Oh my, look at this, throw a blanket over him. Your entire field nearly covered by a quilt off the exit of 2 down the back straightaway. The Marshall Missile driving a car he's never driven in his entire career into turn number 3 and off of 4. Holds on to second with Randy Wheeler up front leading lap number 1 in 4J. Randy Wheeler up front leads lap 1 in the 45. It was hard to tell if Beasley was coming around there. I think Beasley. So Randy Wheeler out front with the race lead. Doesn't race here at the hill very often. The Marshall Missile does. We'll find out what happens with Scotty Nichols to his outside. Cowboy Blanchard, JoJo Wilhelm, little John Tuggle. We're back on our way. The hero in the 0, Bubba McEachern, who came off a 4th place finish here last weekend. And they're 3 wide down the back straightaway. JoJo Wilhelm goes to the inside. They're 2 by 1, all the way back to 7th. Through 3 and off of 4. Looses a goose up front, the 4J of Wheeler, but here comes the Marshall Missile. Grigsby going to go to the inside for the race lead. Here comes Grigsby, marching to the hub of the racetrack, trying to live up to his marker and Missile off the exit of corner number 2. Here comes JoJo Wilhelm. They're going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Here comes the 1H of Jared Herring, your winner here 2 weeks ago in the 1H. Sorry. Little John Tuggle. Oh, Debris going to draw the caution. And keep your eyes on 175. Outside of him is the Gilmer Texan. The lights are out. We're back underway. Derek Grigsby going to lead the herd off into 1 and 2. Randy Wheeler got to pitch it sideways. The 3 wide. Here comes the hero. Bubba McEachern just shot out of an absolute cannon. Look at Bubba McEachern. McEachern just shot out of a rifle. The Walmart special. He gets 3 for the price of 1. He'll go to the outside of the 1H. 175 rather of Little John. Wow. Little John Tuggle driving a little pissed off now. He'll try to go 3 wide once again down the back straightaway. Oh, look out. And he'll climb up into the cockpit with the 47 of Wilhelm momentarily and get caught up in something out of his own doing. It's the Marshall Missile. Randy Wheeler going to smash the loud pedal with little John Tuggle up to 3rd. Bubba McEachern, Cowboy Blanchard, your top 5. We're back underway. Derek Grigsby's looks smooth as silk in this one, but here comes Tuggle knocking on the tail tank, and here comes Cowboy Blanchard. Blanchard now going to go to the inside. The Gashada racer to the inside of the Bossier City native, little John Tuggle for 3rd. Randy Wheeler kind of holding him up there to the center of the corner. These 2 guys have raced here tons more in their career than the driver of the 4J, but he's making that car wider than a quadruple wide trailer right now. Randy Wheeler fast enough. Here comes McEachern. Here comes the 0, the hero, Bubba McEachern, and I'm into Louisiana. He'll roll the hub of the racetrack. Oh, Cowboy getting a little bit of a shot there. He drives it off of exit. Little John, just give him some love there in the tail tank as they're letting the Marshall Missile march away up front. Derek Grigsby has not driven a factory stock in over, I'd say, about 2 years' time. Into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Wheeler looses a goose, but don't get him started. Here comes Cowboy. That banana peel has cost the 4J of Randy Wheeler, and Tuggle's going to try to take advantage of it. Here comes hero in the 0, Bubba McEachern. McEachern has been able to shoot out of the cannon on the outside. Watch Bubba McEachern go. 2 laps to go. Watch Bubba. McEachern trying to roll the outside of the Boothill Speedway. Even the way with the 175 of Tuggle there to the outside of the 1 and 2. That's the best battle on the racetrack right now as they're door-to-door for 4th. Off the exit of 2, down the back straightaway. Little John and McEachern, the 2 youngsters. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 2 good friends. They'll go through 3 and off of 4. Randy Wheeler still right in front of them in their path. McEachern knows he's got to get what he can get in this one. Every position so valuable. Here comes Bubba. Bubba on the loud pedal. Tough break. Little John Tuggle has more bad luck, and his night ends abruptly. Oh, my goodness gracious. Here comes Bubba McEachern as the one of the Marshall Missiles won it. Wheeler's going to hold off McEachern as Cowboy Blanchard will grab 2nd. Ian Looper on the pole, the former sprint car driver, alongside one of the Tuppers. No, it's not. My bad. It's actually Brandon Ball, the Farmerville freight train from Farmerville, Louisiana, the former Spooky 50 champion of the Marshall Missile. Derek Grigsby, who's probably out for blood in this one after getting a disqualification in his factory stock heat after a valiant effort. As Tupper goes in deep in 3 and 4, and they make some contact there. As Ball going to lead lap 1 in B17. Limited modified heat race number 1, hotly contested here to the opening couple of laps. Jared Grace in the 121 drives one car way up, high, wide, and handsome off the exit of 2, and down the back straightaway. Is that Chick's over yet? Grigsby getting a run to the outside of Ball. Like I said, you know Derek's probably out for blood in this one. He's probably driving a little pissed off right now. He'll go to the outside of the Farmerville freight train and even the way with the Texarkana native formerly from Farmerville, Louisiana. He'll go door-to-door for the race lead. Derek Grigsby, who was hoping to go back-to-back in both the limited and the factory stock heats tonight. He had a total of 3 heats to run, and he had hoped to be perfect, but will not be the case. It's unfortunately the car that he was given the opportunity to drive for Joel Ball and did not get a word for what the disqualification was over or what it was about. But really, really close, tight-knit racing here for the top spot on the Missile from Marshall. Last Saturday night's main event winner here at the Hill goes to the top spot in 69. The JCT Auto Sales, RaceOnTexas.com. PTS-powered IRP chassis, the Tony Stewart Invitational winner. Going to roll to the top spot in 69. 69 reasons to go to the top spot here at the Hill. The yellow waves, though. Derek Grigsby off the exit of 2. Down the back straightaway, they go 1 by 2 by 2 into turn number 3. As Grigsby wrestled the lead away from the Farmerville freight train, Brandon Ball for the top spot. Now he separated himself by 3 or 4 car lengths at the flag stand. Like I said, you got to feel like Derek's driving a little ticked off right now after catching a disqualification in the factory stock. He's looking to go back-to-back and 2 respective classes here, but the big money's on the line for the factory stocks. 1,000 win for the limited modifieds. And Grigsby knows he's got to get up on the horse like he did here last Saturday night when he went to Victory Lane here in the main event. Tupper trying to the inside of Ball at the bottom into 1 and 2. Tupper driving a good race here into 3. Your current Boothill Speedway point leader, Dylan Spear out of Marshall. Driving the Spears oil and gas 22 mag, fires a couple of bullets, fired a blank the last time by. Your top 5 right now are some of the best limited modified drivers you could find that run very well here in Greenwood. But Grigsby has marched away and looking just as good as he did in the factory stock. Don't think he'll have any problems here in the limited as he has 2 more circuits to go. It'll be 1.5 laps to go when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway here at ABC Auto Parts heat race number 1 for the limited modifieds. They're door-to-door for 2nd, and they're door-to-door for 3rd and 4th. Or 4th and 5th, rather, down the back straightaway into 3. The white flag in the face of the Marshall Missile this time by. So Cody Tupper, the 2015 factory stock Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship winner, takes his IRP as they go 3 wide off the exit of 2. Brandon Ball, who has not won here in 2 years. He won 4 races here in 2013. Has not won here, though, since 2014. And the checkers are out. The Marshall Missile wins it in a commanding fashion. Chase Del Rio nips the 22 mag of the Marshall Texan Dylan Spear, the point leader here at the Hill. And Spear will finish at the tail on this one in a great race, though. Your $5,000 winner here to the Battle of Boothill. Going to try to come from the tail. He just got the Walmart special 2 for the price of 1 as their door-to-door for the race lead. The reigning track champion here at Boothill, Cliff Tupper, going to get the whole shot off the 4 and lead lap number 1 in 23. This should be a good race. Aaron Roy, who has won 3 races in his last 4 starts, and the Texarkana Emergency Center Roy Performance Power number 35 IRP race car. Here comes the Western Flyer Best Engine Power number 90 out of West Monroe, Jody Davidson, who's won multiple open wheel modified races here since 2013. Down the front straightaway. Let's go. Off of 4, down the front boulevard. Back on the loud pedals, your race leader, the Western Flyer number 23 of Cliff Tupper. Cliff Tupper wanting to get back into Victor Lane here at Boothill. It's been quite some time, as the night he and his son both swept the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship here in 2015. I messaged Aaron Roy today, and I said, I better see you at Boothill tonight. He said, I got to work and do some things at the car. I said, you better not touch it. It's been really good. He won 3 races in about 11 days. He said, no, I'm just putting some new tires on it. I said, good. You don't need to tweak on that thing at all. But I could have been wrong. Sometimes some things just don't play into your favor. Right now, the car's not bad, but he's being hawked by the 12 of Jason Ingles, his chassis builder, who he actually ran around, but he was at his home racetrack, a place where Ingles has not raced at a lot in his career since that track opened in 2013. Ingles may have it a little bit more figured out here, and Tupper got really loose there in the center of the corner of 1 and 2. Opens up the door for the 90 of the West Monroe native, Jody Davidson, to make a charge on him here for the top spot through 3 and 4. Tupper driving a smooth race, though. Knows he's got company nipping at his heels. Of course, his son, Cody, the 21-year-old, has an IRP chassis. His dad, since he got back into racing, has been in a Western Flyer built by Randy Timms out of Wheatland, Oklahoma. Randy Timms now piloting super late models full-time. Teammates with Jesse Stovall. Sponsored by Malvern Bank. I believe Jody Davidson's ready to fire the trigger here in just a moment. The center of the hourglass is ticking away for Jody D, though. He's going to have to go, and he's got to go now. Davidson all over the tail tank of the 23 at Tupper for the race lead. Aaron Roy's allowed those guys to march away and do their own dance out front, 1 and 2 respectively up front for the race lead. The white flag coming out this time by, and Tupper separated himself by about 3 car lengths on the final trip as he heads off into 1 and 2 for the final time. Davidson's got an uphill battle from here to get to victory lane in heat race number 2 presented by R&R Timber. Aaron Roy, Jason Ingles respectively your top 4. Mickey still is 5th. But a face full of checkered flags going to go to Cliff Tupper Jr. Tupper, the reigning track champ, will grab the win in heat race number 2. Western Rose, Jody Davidson will bring his Western Flyer best engine power number 90 home in second. Eddie Underwood inside of 3 in the 4. Kelly Lucky in the 14. Re-racked and stacked on the restart. Andy Underwood says, I like it up top. I like the fan out. Brandon Brown and the Architects Bay and Neuter Clinic IRB chassis number 32. Going to try to roll the inside on the restart. Eddie Underwood to his outside. They're door-to-door for 3rd down the back straightaway. Mark Underwood Jr. driving the 4 car for Eddie Underwood tonight. Mark not in his typical number 99 car. And Chris Rogers was slowed up there, and Brandon Brown just haymakered him there. Re-racked and stacked on the restart here in limited modified heat race number 3. Ricky Ingles going to put his foot through the firewall. We're back underway. Billy Mazzell showing what he's got behind the wheel of a limited modified open wheel car tonight. Here comes 32, going to storm to the outside. So if that's Austin Waters, where does it say that? Austin Waters making his limited modified debut tonight. Of course, Brandon Brown last season won $5,000 down at Leesville 171 Speedway for the Bash on the Bayou, a $5,000 win factory stock race, and he was driving Austin Waters' car. Mark Underwood Jr. had 2 limited modified wins here a year ago. Going to do battle right there. You could throw a blanket over second on back to the tail. Ben Leedy running a good race here at Boothill, a track he hasn't had a whole lot of success at the last few trips here. The Leedy name, very strong. Grew up watching Paul Leedy win a lot of races over the old Webster Speedway in the full body class. Paul was an assassin behind the wheel. And Mark Underwood Jr. doesn't like the feel of the 4. Austin Waters starting to feel himself now. And thought we may get caution there momentarily. Not going to be the case. We stay clean and green, no harm, no foul. As Mazzell still holds on to the second spot, and this one being hunted hard by the B99 Leedy here for the second spot in the 1. Austin Waters let it hang way up top where Grandpa keeps the good burden. This time by from Flagman Keith Parker. It'll be 2 sticks, 2 laps to go in front of the face of your race leader at the Longview, Texas, the 81 of Ricky Ingalls. The 4 of Mark Underwood Jr. leaves it right in front of the field. And once they all pass him by, he'll get it refired. No harm, no foul. We're clean and green. It'll be 1 lap to go this time by for the Longview Texan. For the 55-year-old off of turn number 4. A great run here for the Wiley veteran, Billy Mazzell, who finished second to Dwayne Pace in the main event at Lone Star last Saturday night. The Frankston Texan looked very good in his factory stock heat race earlier as well. As Smooth Waters goes way high, wide, and handsome there off of 4 to the checkers. It won't pay dividends for him, though, as Ricky Ingalls wins it. Billy Mazzell grabs second. Ben Leedy third at Jonesboro. Josh Bach on the Benton Bullet fires a bullet. No blanks for the 25. Living up to his moniker there. Down the back straightaway on the opening circuit. Blew the doors off the 9, the 01, and the 77. Glenn Stone of the 77. That car piloted itself to many wins with Skeet Amison behind the wheel when he got back into racing. But out front, setting a tour of pace is Doug Vick Jr., who's finished second to the driver who's stalking his tire tracks right now, Mike Washburn. Mike Washburn has stepped his game up. Looking for 3 in a row this weekend here at the Hill, his home racetrack in the Architect Sheet Mill and Welding number 27. So Doug Vick Jr., who won 9 out of 15 Pro Mod races here in 2015 when we added this class at Boot Hill. Last year, it was all Jeffrey Bechet. This year, it's starting to become the Mike Washburn story. I always talk about confidence. It's a lethal substance, and when you get some, it's hard to fall off the hill. As Mike Washburn looking for 3 in a row this weekend at the Hill. He's won 2 back-to-back. And did it in commanding fashion 2 weeks ago. And last Saturday night, he held off 2 of the best in the business to get the job done in Vic Jr., Jeffrey Bechet, and Beasley. Ronnie Long back behind the wheel of a Pro Mod, maybe for the first time ever. He and the Benton Bullet Josh Bach have been longtime teammates, both right out of Benton, Louisiana. Built the Destroyer race car. So Doug Vick Jr., though, very smooth here at the Hill tonight, trying to get back to victory lane tomorrow night. A cool grand on the line for the Pro Mods. Washburn will be tough if he's not able to get around and find a way around the 4 here in this heat race. He'll have plenty of more laps, 20 laps to get the job done tomorrow night. Good run for Ronnie Long. Anytime you can keep the 4 Jeffrey Bechet at bay, that's something to hang your hat on. Washburn has not let the 4 out of his sights. It'll be 1.5 laps to go when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway for Doug Vick Jr., the 5-time Architect Speedway track champ. And Washburn going to go way up top through 3.5 of 4. And the caution waves with 1 to go. Every single driver who has won more than 5 or 6 Pro Mod races just over the last 6 months, are all in this race right now. Bechet, Robinson, and now Mike Washburn trying to throw his hat into the ring to become a player. So we're headed back off into one with the green flag waving in this one. Ronnie Long still right third. Billy Robinson trying to find something on the outside. Ran into Billy the other day, talked to him for about 45 minutes. He said, I got something going wrong with my motor, Zach. Something just ain't quite right. He's trying to get the kinks kinked out of it. We'll see what he can do in this one. Lights are going to go out. 8 laps. Here we go.
Lights go out in round number 2 for the factory stocks, presented by ABC Auto Parts, the official circle track warehouse of the Boothill Speedway. It's going to be up to the Highlands Texan, the 23-year-old Jacob Wilburn. Going to smash the lap pedal and put his foot through the floorboard off of turn number 4 and 66. We're underway. The 20-year-old Bubba McEachern to his outside on the restart. A PTS versus a best engine as they head off into one. They're 2 by 2 by 2 all the way to the tail here. Off the exit of 2, down the back straightaway, side by side for the race lead. Bubba McEachern going to fire out of a cannon and took over the top spot in 25. Driving for Bert and Steve Turner's this weekend. Off of 4, still doodled over the race lead. So Jay Will going to surrender the top spot here after he held on to the pole position, but he's going to fight back to the left rear quarter panel of the 25. Bubba McEachern showed what he is worth. They're 3 wide near here to the tail. That battle's going to shake out down the back straightaway. They're door-to-door here for the race lead. Wilburn going to go to the inside for the race lead. He can't get the job done. Trying to sidestep 25, and he'll look to put him in his hip pocket. They make contact, and Bubba McEachern nearly comes around, and they go 3 wide off the exit of 2. Craig Oakes going to take advantage off the exit of 2 and down the back straightaway. Craig Oaks will go to third momentarily. Scotty Case battles who is outside the Calhoun racer. So Jacob Wilburn goes back to the top spot, a place where he's found Victor Lane here earlier this season, all the way back on February the 25th. Into turn number 3 on round number 2 of qualifying here. Passing points at a premium. It's not necessarily where you finish, it's about how many cars you pass to get to where you finish in these. On this Friday night special here for the night number 1 of the 7,000 win King of the Hill. You want to be back here tomorrow night to find out how the cookie's going to crumble, to find out who wins $7 grand. Right now, Jacob Wilburn flexing his muscles, showing his stuff. He nearly missed his heat race earlier in round 1 and came out just in time. Or came out late, but he caught a caution that saved the grace for him. And here he finds himself marching away from the hero in the 0, Bubba McEachern out front way with the race lead. He's found the fast lane at Boothill. He's tucked right around the hub. And we'd like to see these second round of heats go much smoother, maybe with a few less cautions. But like I said earlier, sometimes you get more than you'd like to see. The track is starting to lock down a little bit down there on the bottom side, though, as the 30 of Bruchin has lost something. An internal failure for the 30 of Billy Joe Bruchin. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by for the Highlands Texan Jacob Wilburn. Bubba McEachern still rides second. In third, it's still Craig Oaks. Fourth, it's Scotty Case is being pressured here by McNeil for the Denton Texan. Hey, Paul, is that a 4? Is that white flag already waving when he meets the midpoint of the back straightaway. Only has a half a quarter mile to go. Off of turn number 4. A valiant effort in the first round and a win in second round for J-Wheel. Jacob Wilburn, your heat race number 1 winner, presented by ABC Auto Parts. Bubba McEachern grabs second in a good run. Third goes to Scotty Case from Calhoun. Fourth. So how about the 45th Annual Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship coming up, presented by Marshall Mobile Homes, Rollo's Lubinato, and Rock 20 Customs, and ABC Auto Spear Graphics Cannon Solutions, presented October 26th to the 28th. We'll tell you about it in just a moment as we go great. Ryan Burke going to start near the tail in this one of the 34 junior. He was strong in his first heat tonight, and around goes one in the first turn, and he may not get it refired, and the caution waves early in this one. Heat race number 2. It's pretty awesome, pretty wild. The Duke can wheel, he sure can. Never have doubted his ability. As they're not going to like that start, or something's not right, I'm not sure. I saw Burke had his hand hanging out the window. Yep. Back at her way here at Boothill, off of 2 down the back straightaway with the Belton Texan. Jason Gore has the race lead. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Little John Tuggle up to the third spot. Mike Lounspear just drove it deep into turn number 3. He'll drift up to the outside of the racetrack and open the door for Lee Patton to go to his inside. They're going to go side by side there for the 5th spot down the front boulevard into 1. The Quitman, Louisiana racer, Lee Patton to the inside. He'll grab the 4th spot. He's got it. And here comes Burke. Ryan Burke in 34 junior. Ryan Burke coming all the way from the tail, trying to get a bushel of passing points in this one. He'll dispose of the 0 and put him in his hip pocket. Sit down, take a seat, bye-bye. We'll see you later. Ryan Burke starting to feel it now. He's got the Top Gun anthem playing in his head. He said, I'm Maverick, who's Goose? Let's go. As Jason Gore out front, though, setting his own pace. And with the clean air out front here in factory stock, heat race number 2 action, presented by R&R Timber. Cannon Solutions heat race number 3 lined up in the staging area, and heat race for heat race number 3 at the top of turn number 4. Should be coming out after this one as there are 4 laps to go in this 8-lap affair. 5 in, 5 laps to go in this 10-lap affair. That'll be 10 laps of distance in each, which will be a total of 20 laps for these factory stock competitors tonight, which is the distance of a full main event for all these competitors tonight. To find out whether they're starting one of their qualifying of the races tomorrow, as we wean this field down to the best 24 that you can find to battle it out for $7,000. Down the back straightaway, Jason Gore still with a race lead. Bo Perry won here on July the 1st. Jared Herring won a thriller here on the 15th of July, and Ronald Pookin won our last event. We'll find out who wins tomorrow night for $7,000. The lights are out, and we're back underway. It's going to be Atwood from the pole position to this one with the milkman, Nick Morgan. Oh, and that's all kind of wildness.
Outside of Winnigan, Chris Hennigan. The Drake Whitehead of the 150. Ronald Rollo Pilkington, the overall top qualifier here to the inaugural event in the 22, the Rollo's Libanato entry. Jamie Shirley down the back straightaway of the T10. The Wild Child chassis number 18 of Jess Hauser. In one of the Gilmer Texan of the Cooper's Tire. Jeff Bates Performance number 1 of Scotty Nichols. Scotty Nichols into the 1. Cortland. Jeff Hauser has a run there, trying to get up to the 5th spot to the inside of the 150 here through 3 and off of 4. Austin Waters working at the tail of the fields. They're door-to-door for second. Jonathan Beckett talked to his dad last night. Jonathan Beckett, they said they had a good car here for practice. As Winnigan, Chris Hennigan up front leading a pace in 21B. His teammate, good friend Ronald Pilkington, 2 cars back, looking in on that battle that sits up behind the 21B of Hennigan to the caution ways once again. Hennigan going to lead them through 3. Thomas Woodruff to the outside, Jonathan Beckett to the inside. Here we go. Jeff Hauser's had a really good car to this point. He'll try to fight to the outside of Pilkington and the 0 of Beckett. He'll lose a little bit of ground with a big push that time and open the door. Oh, and the 150 will go to the inside down the back straightaway. The 150 to the... Oh, and then contact there in 3 and 4. And a great job to avoid it except for the 88. Oh, my. Winnigan, Hennigan on the lap pedal, and we are underway as he leads his herd off into 1. Hennigan has always been very good in a factory stock, the former Cajun Cruiser Classic champ. Down the back straightaway, Jonathan Beckett has rolled up to the 2nd spot with Woodruff. He's going to power to his outside, and a little bit of contact there with the 18 of the 22, with Pilkington of the 18 of Hauser. Hauser says, I'm going to live up to my last name, and I'm going to do a little bit of roughhousing now. But Pilkington, not the guy you want to go roughhousing with there, Jeffrey. Through 3 and off of 4. Hennigan should be 5 to go. Back into 1 and 2. Your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th cars separated by about the same distance off of 2. The 2 of Woodruff bobbles, opens up the door for Pilkington to get a run into turn number 3. Pilkington go to the low side of the Boothill Speedway, look for a run. He'll pull it to his inside quarter and go door-to-door down the front straightaway. Ronald Pilkington trying to work to the inside. Ronald Pilkington, he'll take that 3rd spot away from Woodruff off the exit of 2 down the back straightaway. Texas in front of Arkansas. It's the Texan out front in front of the Texan. It's the 3 Texans up front in front of the Arkansas native Woodruff now. Jeff Hauser out of Crowley, Texas, and then the Hooks Texan, and then the Gilmer Texan. This one's full of Texans. As Chris Hennigan out front setting his own pace and a torrid pace here at the hill, as they'll see a face full of white flag at 21B. And a big bobble by Beckett opens the door for Rollo to go by into 2nd, maybe. Beckett's got to feel the pressure. Oh, and they make a little bit of contact there through 3 and 4. Pilkington and Beckett as the checkers wave. We'll see what Mighty Mike Wills has up his sleeve in this one inside of row number 2 in the Central Heating and Air Best Engine Power number 38. And kind of a wild start there. The Seegers Roofing 33 gets a big run down the back straightaway for the bomb of the 1 of the 74 for Josh Milliken. They go 3 wide there momentarily off the exit of 4. James Riddle in the 14 throwing his hat into the ring now. James Riddle in the 14 are right there to the mix as well, up to 4th. Milliken back to 5th. Justin Collins out of Cleveland, Texas, back there into the 22. Chad Herring in the 1H. Off of 4 down the front boulevard. Mighty Mike back to 2nd. Cody Robbins looks like he's finally got that 7 car out of Mansfield, Louisiana on dig. So Jason Game is in the 0-1-0 in this one. We're back on our way. Mike Wells trying to hunt down the Mansfield racer. Cody Robbins now for the race lead through 3 and 4. Looks like Robbins has some smoke coming out of the 7, and the caution's back out. Mansfield, Louisiana's Cody Robbins trying to hold on. Mighty Mike looked like he was reeling him in there doing that short green flag run. We'll see what happens. The lights go out. We're back on our way. Robbins leads a herd in a 1 and 2. Mighty Mike going to stock his tire tracks in a 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, the Cleveland Texan Justin Collins up the 3rd. Winding the laps down in this factory stock affair. 10 laps in distance. Tough break for Tippy Bickham. Tippy Bickham done. Stick a fork in him. He's off the pace. Justin Collins may have the best car in this race. Justin Collins all over the rear decklet of the 38 of Mike Wells now, and he got loose there through the center of 1 and 2. Jason Gamis has to get on the binders. Chad Herring going to try to capitalize now down the back straightaway. Right now, Robbins still out front with the race lead. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by shown by your flagman Keith Parker. Gamis slipped up way out of the groove. Riddle's going to go by on the 14 down the front straightaway. Riddle going to check over the 5th spot. Chad Herring up the 4th on a 1H down the back straightaway. Collins with that bobble. Let the top 2 slip out of his crosshairs. There'll be the white flag in front of the face of the Mansfield racer, Cody Robbins. Barn door and all, alongside 7. Mike Wells, who doesn't get over here racing Greenwood, Louisiana very often. Looking good tonight. Chad Herring going to try to take advantage and take 3rd on the final lap. Chad Herring going to try to take 3rd. And a little bit of a bump and run there. Coming to the checkers off of 4. Collins holds on. Mansfield, Louisiana's Cody Robbins wins it. Waco, Texas racer Ray Kemp on the outside front row of the South Zone of number 96 of the Nightmare. Michael Knight and the lights are going to go out. We're underway. Oh my, that's kind of a wild one into 1. Here comes Derek Grigsby shooting out of a rifle down the back straightaway. The Marshall Missile working his way, trying to get there. Oh, some contact right in front of Grigsby. They're still all over each other. And at the tail of the field, they're into it as well. One gets it refired, and if he'll get his spot back to work a good spot for the qualifiers tomorrow, folks, I promise you, it's going to be good tomorrow. Be sure we can pack this place out, and I promise you, I'll bring my game as well. I'm going to be here 7 hours early. Lights are out. We are underway. Michael Knight now front all in his Lonesome in the Styles Automotive. The Nightmare in 96 with about a half a straightaway advantage. These 2 laps to go this time by. Oh, Ray Kemp got very loose right there in front of the Triple C of Kuhn off of 4. Robert Graham looks to go by. Shirley in a 00. It's a log jam right there. These guys are fighting it off tooth and nail. The white flag out for the Nightmare, Michael Knight in 96. Oh, that was a close call there in the center of 3 and 4 for the Triple C and the 45 of Kemp. Those guys are going at it back there. And they make contact there off of 2. And now the 22 is going to push the Triple C down the back straightaway into 3. This could get interesting. Off of 4 to the checkers. Knighton already won it by a mile. Thank you. Lights are going to go out. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 cars, 10 laps. Here we go. Randy Buttery got a big run to the outside of Stevens in the first turn into 3 and 4. Whitehead going to stick it to the inside of Hanson. Hanson fights back to his outside at the flex and he holds on the 3rd. 36J to the inside of the 5H here. It's a good battle. They're trying to go 3 different lanes wide there in the 1 and 2. Trying to all stuck down on the rubber, and the 20 is stuck. And Josh Warren won his first heat of the night, and it'll start off not looking as good as the first round. Set the restart from the front row. Andy Stevens on the loud pedal. We're back on our way. Wide down the front straightaway. Buttery, Whitehead making a little bit of contact down the front straightaway. They're going to go 3 wide. 4 wide! And something had to give. Randy Buttery was the one that had to give. A little bit of give and take, and Whitehead's going to slam it to the inside of the 50 of Billy Mazzell for a second. He'll take it. Buttery may have damage on that insulin chassis, number 16. And now James Martin's going to take advantage. Josh Warren driving back up through the top. A little rattled now. A battle side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway. Justin Whitehead, the 3-time Louisiana State dirt track champ, to the inside of the dirt defender 5H. Lance Hansen for the top spot off of turn number 4. Whitehead, the Battle Royale winner, opened up this season. He's got 15 wins in 2017. 2014, he matched his car number of 36 total victories. Justin Whitehead has won 135 times since 2012. That is unbelievable. Down the front straightaway, Whitehead now with the race lead in 36J. Meticulously, he's worked his way to the front. Now Billy Mazzell may have something to say for it if he can dispose of the 5H of Hansen for the second spot. David Roy out of Shreveport leading the way here at Boothill in a heat race, being stalked by Good racing up front with 5 laps to go. Makes 7 up yours. David Roy to the outside of the Tempe of Jody Prince, who's won here this season. David Roy has not won here since, well, he crossed underneath the stripe as the Louisiana State Dirt Track Champ. Unfortunately, caught a DQ that weekend, something I don't like to talk about too much because that would have been a very triumphant victory for the 7-Up team. And they make more contact than the one. He's trying to make that car wide. Jody Prince is about to have enough of it, though. Kenneth Chamberlain in a battle of his own with the 4 of the 5-time track champion Vivian and Doug Vick Jr. is going to go to the outside into 3 and 4. So your top 4, some of the most competitive racers in the Arklatex right now, as Rodney Howell from Pineville, last Saturday night's winner at Chatham, has rolled his way up to 5th in the 3H. He got a little loose there. Doug Vick Jr. trying to work to the inside of the 70 of Chop. Chop finished 4th in this event last season. I'm sorry, 2nd. Started 8th, finished 2nd. And he's up to 3rd in heat race round number 2, presented by ABC Auto Parts. It'll be 1.5 laps to go. It'll be 1 to go for 7-Up. Will it be Jody Prince rooting 7-Up out of the way and making 7-Up his? David Roy is doing everything he can. There I go. No. Jody Prince may just win this race. He's going to try to psych out the 7-Up. He'll go to the inside. He makes that car wide. 7-Up wins it with the hand pumping out of the window. And Jody Prince says, dude. Keep your eyes on Scotty Hushelpeck driving the Hadaway Towing number 68 Outlaw chassis. And as well as watch Gene Border in this one. He should be fun to watch. He's smooth as silk. But I don't know passing will be at a premium on this one. He'll have to keep his car underneath him to make some gains. Border won the Louisiana State Dirt Track Championship here in 2014 in solid fashion. Through 3, they're side by side for the race lead off of 4. Michael Robertson trying to get the feel of these slick tires, and him and Lopez make some contact. Running all over Michael Robertson there to the 1 and 2. Michael Robertson just not able to quite get the feel of this 58 factory stock the first couple of weeks that he's driven it. Robertson undoubtedly one of the best to drive an open wheel limited modified or open wheel modified in his career. One night in Batesville, Michael Robertson is one of only 3 drivers in USMTS modified history to win a B main. Started 16th in a B main one night and drove his way all the way up to win the A main as well after starting 14th over at Batesville. And the GRT Topless National line on the restarts. That momentum seems to carry these drivers. We'll see what happens. Still wouldn't take your eyes off the 68 of Scotty Hushelpeck. And the 68, we'll see what happens here on the restart. They're 1 by 1 by 2 by 2. All the way back to 7th here in the 1. The exit of 2 down the back straightaway. Gene Border rolling the outside of the Boothill Speedway. Pat Gay down there to the inside, or the 68 rather.
Here comes the 19-year-old from Genoa, Arkansas, the 4-time winner at Timberline this year, Aaron Green. Aaron Green trying to stick his nose into the mix now. A lot of hard racing left to do here tomorrow night as well for those who may have not had the night they're looking for and still have a plentiful shot to work their way into the main event. Been very impressed with Princeton's Paul Lopez tonight. He's had some very strong performances in both heats and both rounds. And it looks like Sean Graham is running him down right now for the top spot. Lopez has got a hammer underneath the hood here this weekend. He's in one of those laser race cars. He was one of the first original laser race cars built by Glenn Perry and Jody Prince. As now here comes Gene Border, the owner and promoter of Arklatex, who really originated these Arklatex factory stock style rules in this region. Two laps to go this time by, shown from flagman Keith Parker. And Princeton, Louisiana's Paul Lopez has stretched it out by 3 car lengths on Sean Graham for the race lead. Lipscomb doing a fine job holding off Border, but Border's got a big steam down the back straightaway. He'll pull it to his inside. Border trying to show Lipscomb his nose and let him know, hello, I'm here on the final lap. One more quarter-mile trip to get the job done for 8. Border going to try to drive to the outside of the Boothill Speedway, try to cross and diamond off the corner off the exit of 2. He gets a big run down the back chute on Lipscomb in 99. He'll go to the high side through 3 and 4. Watch him try to cut underneath the 99 and get a big run off of 4. It will not pay to fruition. Your winner goes to Paul Lopez. Sean Graham second. Lipscomb holds off Gene Border in the 8 for third. The Parker Lee Project 630 of Philip Smith did not get the start that he wanted, and been kind of a tough night so far. Underway in factory stock heat race number 10 or 11, I do believe. It's Pork Chop Kenneth Chamberlain out front with the race lead. The driver who finished second here a year ago to Taylor Carver. He had his toes and fingers crossed, and around goes Lee Carver in a 1 and 2. Collected one of them, and that car never came to a complete stop. Speaking of the 99, he about burnt the rear tires off of it, but he never came to a complete. Kenneth Chamberlain up front leading this 13th and final factory stock heat race of the night. And he'll set the pace off at turn number 4 in 70. For all the folks that are left in these grandstands, y'all are diehards. Thank y'all so much for being here. I know that we've had a few technical difficulties, and I apologize for... Oh, my goodness. night. I thought the Pro Mods ran. Y'all please come back tomorrow night, and I promise you it'll definitely be worth your stay here at Boothill. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is always one of the funnest events of the year. And apparently found a sweet spot. The mic's working all right for a moment, but just want to encourage all you race fans to please come back, be here tomorrow night. Been quite a few cautions this evening. Sometimes you get a lot of them, sometimes you don't get many. I believe we're going to have an outstanding night here at Boothill tomorrow night. So be sure to tell your friends, let's pack this place out here at Boothill. And I promise you that the technical difficulties and some of the things on my behalf with the microphone will be remedied, and I'll have these problems fixed. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with us till the 2 o'clock hour this morning. You guys are what makes this racetrack tick, and we thank you so much for being diehard race fans, choosing Boothill as your official racing destination. So hopefully if I can continue, Justin Converse, your 4-cylinder main event leader right now off of 4.